Howdy, folks. Welcome back. Let's get on over here to our solar report. All right. Thanks for hanging in there. That little long intro kind of allow a few more people to get in here. I guess no one gets notified anymore, but I try to go on around midnight. Sometimes I get to it earlier, but here we are. I told you I'd be back. All right, let me get this all set up here. Here we are, January 24th. We made it this far. Let's start the loop and let it play, and we'll let you guys take a peek of what happened today. Yeah, as you can see, a bunch of blasts going off. This one, there's another one that had rotating plasma around it. This thing coming off up here. We got a lot going on. All right, so what we're going to do is after this loop, let it come back around, take a sip. Why did you not pause? Oh. Hang on one more time here. There it goes. All right, back to the frame or two. Okay, opening frame right here, 024. See our instrument starting to react through a CME coming out of there. Whoops. All right, back to where we were here. Our CME coming out right here, starting to come out. I see the instrument reacting to it. It's got this nice little pocket right here of plasma that you can see on both sides here. Right here. And it's plasma wrapped around this black object here. And as we kind of proceed, you see it's taken all this plasma with it. It's got some dammed up in front and wrapping around it there. And when we put that one back into motion, we're going to speed that one up, and you'll be able to see that plasma rotating around the object. It defines it a lot more. So as that continues on out of the screen there, let me slide this up a little bit now. Thank you, everybody, for dedicating a little time, your precious time, to come over here tonight and join us. I got a cool thing for you guys in the spiritual report tonight. The round black object coming out. See the instrument reacting to it there. We got another one right here. See this plasma wrapping around it here. And there's probably other ones in there that I'm not pointing out. If you're seeing other ones, there's a bunch in there. All right, so let me just go ahead and put that back into motion. All right, you can see there at that speed, you can see that plasma kind of wrap around there. Now what I'm going to do is speed it up a little bit more. And you can see it on both sides here. Let me get it just right there. And you see the plasma wrapping around that spheroid object. Let's try putting it up there a little bit, and we'll even zoom in on this part of the screen here for a minute. Oops. Okay, even faster. Let's speed it up one more time. Now you can really see it. All right, so boom. And then even over on the red side here, we'll take a little peek over on this side as well. Let it make a couple of runs there. You can see the dark patch. We'll slow down for that side, but you can see the plasma wrapping around that dark center patch where there's, well, less light, missing light. And there's the dark core right there. Here, I'll let you guys watch it again. I'll get my hand out of the way. Okay, and then we also had other stuff sneaking up around here too. Let's see if we can get the last little babies out of there. Yep. And we'll even come over to this side and you can watch the slow motion one right there. So a lot of activity going on our sun. We still have a lot of inbound stuff. A lot of activity going on. So lately it just quieted down a little bit ago. So let's come on over here to the solar ham here. Just go ahead and zoom in. You know what? I gotta move the thing here. My rusty cage that I live in. All right, now let me zoom in on this for you guys. All right, here's today. You can see all that activity that we just looked at. It was very active today. Boom, 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 boom. And just now, at the end of today, it kind of stopped and just went to the seafloor and calmed down. So, perfect description to my day, actually. It kind of looks up and down, up and down, up and down. And then now that it's all done and I'm able to get the show started, I'm calm. So, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but it's just funny. So there's your activity on the X-ray there. Here we go. M5.1, 2.2, 4.3, and a 2.6 today. Both of these 3559 and 3561 are both beta gamma. Those are the scary ones, especially that one right there. Although our KP index had that little spike, it has come back down and leveled off. So this is kind of low, actually. It should be a little bit higher right now, but I guess that some kind of suppression, maybe in between waves, inbound waves. Quiet the auroras are right now. See this? See how quiet they are? It's almost like a calm before the storm, like a break in between inbound waves. We'll see here, but that's great, dude. I will take calm auroras. Sorry. I will take a calm aurora all day long. That's less energy we're absorbing. But I have a feeling that'll change with our next coming impacts here. Let's open up the tracker. This one is finally rotating out of the strike zone. It's in that magnetic field line hookup zone right still, but once it kind of cycles past this little area right here, we should be kind of out of the strike zone for that. Thankfully. Now as we open up our tracker, let's see what we're tracking tonight. Don't just show us a tracker with nothing on it. At least show us yesterday's or something. Here, let's go over to this one then. Come on now. Bear with me as this opens up slowly here. I'll load up the movie. All right, here we go. So this latest one they're calling for is now the 26th right here. Right as the 25th ends and we go into the 26th here. Boom, maybe a couple hours in for stereo A, but pretty soon for Earth there. So that's the next inbound that they're expecting. Here, we'll watch it on this one too as well. See how the two kind of come together there, cannibalize. So we'll probably have a decent impact tomorrow, some decent absorption. So everybody, it's not going to react right away, but we all know what happens when we have absorption. All right, coming over here now. The geomagnetic storm watch is extended now. NOAA forecasters continue to believe that the minor G1 class geomagnetic storms are possible this week when one or more CMEs might graze Earth's magnetic field. The most likely date is January 26th now. Remember how we had 24, 25, 26? Well, we're almost done, or we're almost all done with the 24th, but here at the 25th, we haven't seen much yet impact. So they believe that maybe it's more likely the 26th. High latitude sky watchers, watch for auroras. The hyperactive sunspot. The sun is crackling with solar flares, and almost all of them are coming from the hyperactive sunspot region 3561. There have been more than a dozen. We already covered that one before. What was the other thing here I wanted to say that I wanted to go over again? NOAA forecasters estimate. No, that's not it. Nope, never mind. I guess it was just this extended forecast thing that I guess I want to talk about. All right, come on over here to the Schumann now. You're going to love tonight's spiritual. Oh my God, that wasn't there earlier. I hope that's a gap in data. All right, we're going to have to sacrifice the focus and wavy lines to get up close now, aren't we? Hang in there. Let me get this situated. Regardless of this black line, okay, we'll discuss this later. Look how weak the magnetic field was for quite a long time now. This was like the only area where we've had any for a while. Then it gets weak again. Look how weak it gets. If this wouldn't surprise me, because look how dark it's getting down here at the bottom right here. If we can capture that just a tad bit. I sure hope that's a glitch and a gap in data, because I was getting really weak up at the top here too in these lower frequencies, and how it kind of browned out right in this area, and then it browns out right around this black line. Wow, I sure hope that isn't what I'm thinking. Anyways, our magnetic field is not doing really well right now, okay? And watch your animals, okay? I've already watching my cat close. I know he's feeling it. So watch your animals, you guys, and your neighbors and yourself. Check it out. Your magnetic field is very, very weak, and it's been struggling for the last day. And the other time when we had one of these lockups where the magnetic field kind of went down, it was a different signature than this. This almost looks like a glitch in data. I sure hope it is, because I think that if this were a true event, it probably might not be on here. They might pull something like that down again. But I'll let you guys be the judge of it. Oh, man. The more I look at this, I got it lit up. I got it really bright right now. Do you see this dark patch down here? How everything gets really weak in this zone? And we have that black line that's weak up here at the top, leading into it and then coming out of it. You see? Man, I don't like the look of that reading. All right, I'll let you guys be the judge of it. I don't want to go around scaring everybody and stuff. We still have a magnetic field that's barely creeping along. But I'll let you come over here to this site and zoom in on it. I'll try to put the link to this site in the description after the show. But it's important to know when your magnetic field is strong and when it's getting weak. All right, and it's been struggling for a while here. So if you're feeling side effects, see your animals, your children, your everybody, everything on this planet, relies on 7.83 hertz. So I don't think it went down. We would see a serious, uh, like a solar effect, boiling the seas or doing something over a certain region, setting fires. Unless, maybe that just happened a few hours ago and we have no reports of it yet. But for right now, there's your Schumann. I wasn't expecting that. I looked at it just a little bit ago when I first got home, and it was looking weak. It was looking really weak, and I was going to have to spend some of the time on this report showing you how even here it was still struggling, but then just a little burp right here, but then nothing. This black line, even look how these kind of weaken as they approach this line and then strengthen back up as they get away from it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pray on this one. Anyways, I wasn't expecting that. Regardless of that black line, your 7.83 is not very strong right now. Okay, our magnetic field is very weak, and we had inbound storm coming tomorrow. So hopefully we snap out of this, get a nice strong field going, and brace. The Earth braces for the impact from this next round. Now, coming over here to our polar vortex now. See how circular now it's getting? It's more It's more organized, round shape. And let's go look at the other vortex. Whoops. Ooh, that probably messed with your melon, huh? Let's get it right there. The one that's over America is weakening. Okay. This one's really strengthening and taking over now. It's more organized. This one's petering out. It's still there, but it's just very weak as far as a vortex now. It's still a sub vortex, I would say. It is definitely still the sub vortex. But then as we come over here, this has shifted now. Remember how we were seeing this loop coming back this way? It was circling back this way and shooting at Israel. Now it's circling back that way. And this new little vortex is pushing up against the polar vortex here. Can you see the little dent when I take the winds away? It's kind of giving it that little arch right in there. The inflow is also being influenced by this other vortex. Our inflow used to stretch way, way back, right? Now it's just coming from up here off of this little vortex. So a lot of this stuff has shifted. Now we'll go look right down on the top here. You can see how the other one's gotten weak, how thick this one is now. And when I take the winds off, everything's purple and pink. See how wide the band is now all the way around? It's very organized now. This is our dominant vortex. There's no question about which one's dominant anymore. Now, as we sit here over America, what I want to do, come here, position it just right. Get the screen just a little bit better there. Okay, I'm going to drop down a little bit, and I want you to watch as we go to the layer in between now. This is your lower polar vortex. And the subvortex is gone. It's actually created this bubble type effect where now we have a stream that comes down and comes back up. This other vortex rotating this way has caused a gap, right? In this lower vortex, all right? This is down a little bit lower below the main vortex. Okay, I'll position this again. Looks like a red donut. It is a red donut. So now that you see the lower vortex, now when I hit the upper jet stream now, that's what directs your weather. So do you see the correlation? Here, let me get it just a little bit better right here. All right, this flow going across the top and this flow right here from that middle range now to the upper jet stream. That's what directs your weather. Now we're getting this west coast. Let me take this down now. You see this this new, what are we going to call this? Atmospheric river dips down, comes up, hits the Pacific Northwest, and then comes down and slams right through California, Oregon, right down the coast. All right, they're going to get some intense weather here, flash flooding, mudslides. It's going to get ugly here in California, especially for Northern California. Another feature I want you to notice here is this, right where I got my thing, I withdraw it. See how it pinches the currents down and they come up? We have this flow that's coming out of the Pacific Northwest, dipping down into Mexico, picking up moist air from the Gulf and taking it right up through Tornado Valley and out through New York. This is going to be bad news for this area and the storms. We can go down one more layer to the lower jet, and you see your storms right there. Okay, I want to go and check out the SO2. SO2, remove the wind. Whoops. All right, take a little look at our pressure today. Look at that, country's just divided. It's like there's a stripe down the middle of it. It's crazy. Wow. All right, all pressures on this side, really. A lot of this is dissipated in this whole region. Do you see all these little gray spots now? That's like real, dissipation there. We do have little isolated areas where we do see pressure coming out of certain areas, but most of this side is kind of clearing up while this side is still, bleeding profusely. We're going to come over here, take a peek into China. This is a good gauge as well. We still have them two central spots, bing, bing, a little pressure over here. Nothing in the Gobi Desert, all right? So it's pressure's around the edge, and that's where we're seeing our quakes form up there. Down here to the island of Java. All right, we've had a lot of activity, a lot of volcano activity going off on this island lately, and you can see the pressure. There's a lot of SO2 coming out of this region because the pressure is high. All right, we're seeing earthquakes and volcanoes out of that region now. What else? I just want to take a peek at Hawaii real quick here while we're here. All right, still Oahu, Maui, and mainland, the main island. Oops. Anywhere else? Here, I'm going to do this kind of for you people that live on the East Coast. I just kind of leave this sitting there for a minute and let you guys kind of wrap your mind around that for a second. Where you live, where family lives. I'm sorry there's no states carved out, but let me get in a little tighter and you can make out the river systems. So this would be the Mississippi, the Ohio coming together right there. All right, so there's your reference point. All right, moving on. Pressure is probably at a 4.5 today, I'd say, on the scale of 1 to 10. It could be a lot worse, and there could be absolutely nothing on this planet coming out that would be a lot better. But we have pressure anyway, so that's your pressure report. Now, coming on over here to our earthquakes today. This is going to be interesting. I want you guys to look at this. All right, we're already missing a couple of quakes that were right here. We had a 5.1 and another 5-pointer. You know what I'm going to have to do right now? Just put that right back. I believe it was this one right here. And there was another one. No, it was this one right here. This one right here. Okay, yeah. So this one right here, this yellow one, was just on the map a little while ago. 5.1 down at a depth of 10. All right, now we had that 5.1 that was right there. We have this 5.1 as well at a depth of 10. Right down here, Come here, you. Sorry, I'm jumping around so much. Right here on the island of New Zealand, another 5.1, followed up with a 4.3. So we haven't seen activity come down this branch here in a while. And today we had three 5.1s on this branch right here. There was a deep quake of 4.5, I believe, that was right here earlier today. It's already off the map. All right, quiet through this region, but there was the 5.1 energy at the surface that came down this region. We had pop, boom, boom, three 5.1s at the surface right there going down that side. Coming up here, we have a 5.0. So there's that 5 energy in the region. We'll go to this one right here, 4.9. What do we do with 0.9s around here? Oh, yeah. Especially down at 23.8. That's not totally at the surface, so that's a 5. Coming up to here, a 4.4 down at 242. So that's a little deeper. That is, that's its own little deep quake in this pocket region right there. Coming over here, 4.8. Geez, that's pretty close to a 5. It's at 151. I'd make it a 4.9, and what do we do with 9s around here? So that energy creeping up through the system. Boom, 4.4 at a depth of 34, 4.6 at a depth of 32, or 62, sorry, 4.7, 63, 4.6, 83. Oh, right here, 4.1, 118. Look how kind of evenly dispersed all these mid-range 4s are all through here. We had 5.1 through this area, turned to mid-range 4s creeping up through the system and over the kink. That mid-range 4 energy made it over the hump, and what happened down here in California? We got a 4.2. Let me do something for you guys real quick here. 4.2 equals 4.5. That's why we come over to this sometimes. So a mid-range 4, we had a mid-range 4 here, made it over the hump, and we had a mid-range 4 here in Southern California, folks, that set off a tsunami warning. You could tell there are a bunch of scared people down here. Oh my God, we had a mid-range 4 tsunami. Anyways, down here, we have a 4.3 as well. See this mid-range 4 energy came all the way down. Oh, what's going on here? 4.6, mid-range 4 again. Over here, 4.0. Starting to see what happened here. And even over here on the Atlantic Ridge, 4.8. Finally, some pressure being released along the ridge. What else, Lord, we're going to talk about? Oh, here, we'll finish off this side over here. It's a little north of the fulcrum point. You know, it should be kind of more over in this region. This is kind of reaching up into that Gobi Desert area. 4.7, that mid-range 4 energy. 4.4. We'll take care of this fulcrum one. 4.3. Now we'll go into our weak spot. And we had a flurry of quakes again today. Starting off with 5.2. These are surface quakes. 4.9. That's a 5. 4.1. Actually, the Chinese are more reliable than the American. So maybe that was a 4.9. Just kind of saying it like it is. 4.1. 4.1. 4.5, 4.9, rounded up, 4.6, 4.1, 4.2. So a bunch of fours, mid-range fours, all around this little weak spot right there. Biggest of the quakes today being the 5.2. Talking about 5.1 energy to mid-range fours going up through the system, right? Here is all of that same 5.1 energy in mid-range fours in our weak spot. So that's our magnitude pressure at the moment from down below. Now, as we see more pressure arise from down below, I expect to see magnitudes increase. 4.4 right there. Afraid that they don't, I'm 4.3. Okay, we covered those ones, yeah. I pray that it doesn't, but we know how this works. Here's a mid-range 4 over here in Russia. This is a different little spot here on the Black Sea. Let me just take a little peek and see what's going on topographically here. This just out in a floodplain. Yeah, we have mountains and little valleys and everything is down in a floodplain out there. All right, so mid-range 4 up there in a different spot up here. Diverse quake there. We'll also watch Iceland. Okay, they're not really reporting over here on quakes at Iceland, but there have been, and then volcano activity is about to increase there also. So let's come on over now to the volcano report. Whew. You guys still with me? All right. And we'll just take a sip while we're waiting for this. And of course, the ads. All right, here we go. Starting off on the 25th already. We're already an hour or so into it. Merapi, Semeru, Dukono, Reventador, Sabancaya. Merapi, 10,000 feet. Explosive activity continues. The volcanic ash advisory warned about a volcanic ash plume that rose up to estimated 10,000 feet altitude. Here we go. Semeru, East Java. This is the one on Java, okay? Explosive activity continues. 15,000 feet. Dukono, 9,000 feet. Usually it's about 7, so that one jumped in height. Reventador, 15,000. Sabancaya, no report on the altitude there, but now we're going into the 24th, which was today. Now, Grimsvatn here in Iceland. They're still reporting about the water level has decreased and everything, and the seismic tremor declining and stuff. But that is going to change when this pressure builds up underneath and begins to, start more quakes and more pressure in that area. See, it says since last week, 21 earthquakes have been recorded, including 2 magnitude 2 events. Okay. So we'll watch this now. Even Grimsvatn and even the other one, Reykjanes. Here's Ibu. Near frequent vulcanized sized eruptions take place from the cinder cone within the caldera. Merapi here. I thought it said 24,000 feet. Semeru, no. Merapi. Dukono, 9,000 feet. Popocatépetl, 25,000. Fuego, 15,000. Reventador, 14,000. Here we go. Cotopaxi, our new volcano on the list lately, 21,000 feet. It's just new, and it's already pumping out, 21,000 foot blasts. Here's Sabancaya at 22,000. All right, so we're getting higher in altitudes here, slowly but surely. It's kind of creeping up. It's not, major, but it is slightly creeping up there. Ismani, Dukono, Ebico, Erebus, Urda Ale, Fuego, Ibu, Krakatau. We got to remember Krakatau is still going there. That's in the Sudana Strait there, the Sunda Strait in between the Sumatra area. Luatobi and Luatolo. Sunda, Marapi here, Messiah, Marapi, Michael in the South Sandwich Islands, we got to remember, Niragongo, Popo, these ones as well could be possibly hopping over. All right. Here's Recahanus on the active list already. Sakurajima, Sangay, Santaguino, Shivalush. Okay, the ones up on the Kamchakna Peninsula up there. Stromboli. You guys over in Italy, watch out for Etna waking up when this pressure comes in. Suinosujima, Villarica. That one's fun to say. Yasur. Let's get over to the forecast here. So, wild weather for the people through here. Let me slide this up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to play the loop for a second, real quick. I'll let that loop play for a sec while I grab a sip. All right, so let's back it up to the important part right here. Current conditions right now, we have this squall line moving through here with severe weather possible going along through there. That's large hail, high winds, severe weather, chance of tornadoes embedded in there probably. I haven't even checked the weather since I got home yet. Boom. That's going into the morning now. So morning time, there's still going to be residual effects here in Louisiana, maybe Alabama, Mississippi border there. It kind of picks up steam a little bit in the afternoon. You see Louisiana and Mississippi there. Here at convection, this is where we should see our highest cloud tops and blossoming. So this is kind of good news. It doesn't go severe at convection. It doesn't go severe at night. It doesn't even go severe in the morning. We have a tiny little thing of icing up there. A little bit more. We got a little chance of severe down here at the tail by the noontime of the 26th. Here's a little trace back here at the end of convection on the 26th, but kind of dissipated. Now we got this new low coming and gathering strength here, wrapping up at the nighttime of the 26th, going into the morning of the 27th. This is the one we got to kind of watch out for. Meanwhile, you guys in the Pacific Northwest, you're just getting hammered the whole time. So we go into convection, or no, the morning, sorry. We have these severe weather events that are convecting overnight when warm moist air collides with cold, dry air at night. It's a different type of convection than we get from the sun. And now we're having severe weather in the morning hours on January 27th across Tennessee. All right, this is pretty closer in the future here. Closer, however I want to say it. And I just kind of want you guys to see here, if I can, the region to watch for. Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, right there. Because that's going to be catching people off guard when they're sleeping at 4 a.m. It'll be 6, 7 a.m. in the morning right there when it goes severe. So then by noontime, it even kind of turns red here in Alabama, across Tennessee. So then the end of convection, this has dissipated now. We still have inbound energy coming from the sun on these days. So we'll see what happens here at the end of convection. I pray that it stays nice and calm like this. I don't want to see these QLCSs, these quasi-linear storm fronts organized and get strength and start ripping up the countryside. There is the nighttime of the 27th, morning of the 28th, noontime, convection, nighttime. Still getting gnarly up there. That's the noon of the 29th. Convection, nighttime, morning of the 30th, noon. Convection, nighttime, morning of the 31st, noon. Noon. Convection of the 31st, nighttime, morning of the 1st, noon. Convection, nighttime, morning of the 2nd, noon. Convection, nighttime. Here we go into the 3rd now. This is the morning of the 3rd where we have this event hitting California, as well as this onshore flow hitting the Florida Panhandle here. This is going to be the noontime of the 3rd here. This is going to be a pretty severe weather for this region. We're all bracing for it out here. Here we go. By convection on the 3rd, severe weather down here in the Panhandle, reaching up into Georgia a little bit in there. Okay. Then we get into the nighttime, the morning of the. Wait. There's the nighttime of the 3rd. Morning of the 4th. Still going on in the morning time down here. Watch out. Noontime, it moves offshore. We have severe weather over here in the noontime. So even morning chances of severe weather here in Southern California, the morning of the 4th through the noontime into the convection hours of the 4th here in Southern California. Nighttime, we still have severe weather chances down there. Still there by the morning of the 5th. Even, look at this thing coming in. Wow. Here we go, the noon of the 5th. We still have severe weather here. We've had it for several hours in a row there. Still there by the convection of the 5th. And then another rain thing behind it on the nighttime, going into the morning of the 6th. Another wave by the noon of the 6th, going in convection, nighttime. Wow. West Coast is just going to get pummeled there. This big low wrapping up. At least it's driving further up north here. Let's back up. You see its motion right there. Boom, boom, boom. It starts to kind of drive up that way, pushing the icing event more up into Canada there. Snow up here in Canada. Kind of. That'll be the noon of the 7th. Convection. Nighttime. Even though you don't see severe weather in here, these tight millibars is going to be a blizzard. Where you see snow and these tight millibars is high winds, blizzard conditions, all the way from like way back there, the convection of the 4th, or the 6th, I mean, through the morning of the 7th. Here we go into the morning of the 8th. There's noon, convection, nighttime. Did you see this? Look how it wrapped up into this perfect comma shape. Boom, right there. 990 millibars. Wow. What was it right before it? 991. It went 990 on us. 996. 994. So yeah, right around here, it's going to get pretty nasty. That's going to be quite the storm for this part of the region on the noontime of the February 8th. And that's way out there. It's not as accurate because it's further out, but we still got to kind of keep an eye on this as it changes. All right, I put that loop back in, let it play for a second. Our first event was that one. Here's the second one we got to kind of watch out for. All right, now let me clear some stuff out, and you guys are going to love what I got for you tonight. Oh, yeah, take that one out, take this one out. Yeah, lots of activity on the sun coming inbound, causing problems here on our Schumann. Pull that up for me, please. Oh, how did that zoom? Oh, I wish I had that zoom spot before. Let you guys kind of take a peek at that while I close out a few more instruments here. And we'll get you over to our spiritual report tonight. All right, cool. So, what was the one that you wanted me to show? It was a different one. What was it? I'm gonna put that on for a second here. I think you guys have seen this one already. Most of you have.
And now I've run it through the filter here. So if you turn your head to the right, about 45 degrees, you can make out the head, the hair, the breasts. It's a female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. Real quick, because this one's nice and you can. Okay, and this is an angel that was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this sleeping child down below here. So, zoom in on it again. Just excited that you can see it a lot clearer now because before it was kind of faint, and now with these filters I'm able to make these images pop a little bit more for you guys so you can see them. I'm sorry about the way I have to do it with the camera and the computer, but I don't have any other options. So I just wanted to bring this angel to you for a moment so you guys can see if this is real. This is security camera footage that's admissible.
There's a good shot of it right there. All right, hopefully you guys can see this little angel here hovering over this sleeping kid. Its body's laying at an angle like this in the air, so if you tilt your head to the right, you can see it a little bit better. So there's that. And then what was the other thing that we're... Alright, well, I guess I'll just do the other one then. Okay, so cool little angel right there, captured on the security camera. That's real footage. That's the spiritual realm right there. All right. You can even look, there's a little demon face right back here with two eyes and teeth. He's growling. Got crazy wild spiked hair. See this face back here? So you're capturing the spiritual realm and the blotches that these digital cameras make. This electromagnetic residue from the spiritual realm showing up on our digital devices now. And you also heard the EVPs and stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to remind you again. The EVPs and what they said. The opening one said, Jesus is close. He is the Word. He's the Christ that's coming quickly. The other one said, Jesus is here. Or no, what is it? Yeah, Jesus in the flesh right now, here. So those are a couple of the EVPs that were in that last one. We're going to kind of leave that for you guys to go investigate and look at yourself there, because that's kind of what you need to do. Don't take my word for it. You need to go over there and put your headphones on. Do some due diligence. Most of you already heard it clear enough here, but real event. It's quite shocking and unnerving for people who didn't know what to expect. But tonight I'm trying to bring you a little more peaceful image here with this, and then that's right, we were gonna do it in 4 days. Okay, so now I know what direction we're heading here. So hope you enjoyed this little angel. Beautiful image captured by a security camera. I tried to tell my doctors I captured angels on my camera. And they're like, what? You're seeing angels? I said, no, I captured them on my security camera. And they're like, uh-huh, yeah, right, sure. Well, after a while, they finally took a look and then they saw it, and now the doctor's seeking help. So let's move on here. All right. We got this beautiful thing right here. I hope you guys enjoy this.
You won't believe what happened to this man while he was out in the woods hunting. Watch this.
Come up on this old lake way back in the woods, and I saw an eagle all the way across it. To the lake. And I said, Lord, I sure would like to get close to that eagle. Because sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close. I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder out here hunting. I don't think you can get no closer than that right there at all.
Did you guys feel something? Did that move you when you saw that? Did this little video right here just move you?
What happened to this man while he was out in the woods hunting? Watch this.
Come up on this old lake way back in the woods, and I saw an eagle all the way across it. To the lake. And I said, Lord, I sure would like to get close to that eagle. Because sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close. I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder out here hunting. I don't think you can get no closer than that right there.
Do you see it hugging him? Do you see it rushing or kind of brushing up against him? That bird is showing love to him. All right. Mind you, look, at this part right here of the video when he's telling you.
I sure would like to get close.
Oh, listen to this.
Close to that eagle.
When he says Lord.
Come up on this old lake way back in the woods, and I saw an eagle all the way across it. To the lake.
Listen to the
Lord. I sure would like to get.
Did you hear the dog bark? He said, when I said Lord, off in the distance, the dog barks. Slow it down and find out what the dog is saying. Anyways, mind you, this whole time, while he's speaking and doing this video, the eagle is sitting on his shoulder right now while he's still talking. The eagle had the presence to just sit there and let this man pull out his phone and start recording. It could have flown off at any moment when he was in the middle of his video or whatever, but it didn't. It sat there the whole time and flew across the lake. All right, there's just so much more going on. When you guys understand animals a lot better, you'll understand what just happened right here. So I'm going to play one more time for you guys.
You won't believe what happened to this man while he was out in the woods hunting. Watch this.
Come up on this old lake way back in the woods, and I saw an eagle all the way across it. To the lake. And I said, Lord, I sure would like to get close to that eagle. Because sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close. I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder out here hunting. I don't think you can get no closer than that right there at all.
God is in the business of doing miracles, and if you believe that, subscribe now.
All right, cool little channel. But I was just saying the other day, we got a new member to the family that came in a different way. Not through the dots, not through the show, usually by the word, but a different way. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and this is a true testimony.
This man while he was out in the woods hunting.
One more time.
On this old lake way back in the woods, and
I love birds too.
Across it. To the lake. And I said, Lord,
it's sitting there right now.
I sure would like to get close to that eagle.
It's listening to a story.
Sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close. I had a bald eagle.
That's the Lord. That's the Lord showed up, okay? Inside of an animal. The Lord sits there on his shoulder with his hand on his shoulder. See his little talon right there? His hand is on this man's shoulder. The bird is caressing him. It's soothing him, right? This animal and its actions have soothed this man, have softened this man's heart. He was already a believer. He was asking and he received. So much going on in this video. That's why I got to play this again. There's so much going on in here. You guys need to understand. He asked, he received. The bird came, it sat on his shoulder. It's got his foot, its talon, its hand on his shoulder. The Lord's Spirit is in that bird. It is listening to this man's testimony while he's doing this live. There's so much going on here. I'm going to play it one more time so you guys can just kind of, I want you to see the sincerity in this man's heart. Don't listen to her, just listen to this man's sincerity.
And while he was out in the woods hunting,
He's shocked, he's stunned, he's moved.
I saw an eagle all the way across it. The lake. And I said, Lord, I sure would like to get close to that eagle.
That dog.
Because sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close.
Let me get close.
I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder. Out here hunting.
He's in hunting gear. He's wearing orange and camo. The birds flee from that stuff. They know he's a hunter. Birds aren't stupid. And for it to come and perch on his shoulder when he's wearing orange, he's carrying a gun. He's hunting. So much going on there.
I don't think you can get no closer than that right there. At all.
God is in the business of
At all. All right, so I kind of wanted to bring that to you, bring this to you, and show you miracles happen. God's working now in mysterious ways. He's bringing people in different ways. And this is just, watch for this. The animals, remember I was telling you, the animals, watch your animals and stuff like this. They can tell a spiritual person. This is God. This is God. This is totally God working. I don't know how to spell it out for you anymore, except for just this man's testimony. He, at this point right here, that bird is sitting on his shoulder, letting him record, listening to his testimony.
And I said, Lord, I sure would like to get close to that eagle. Because sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close. I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder. Out here hunting. I don't think you can get no closer than that right there.
Okay, you see what happened. If that doesn't move you, there's something wrong inside of you, okay? And we'll fix it. Anyways, there's this beautiful image. I wanted to bring that to you. I posted that in my community. So if you guys want to go over there and steal the link and send it to your friends or family or anything like that, feel free to share it, okay? I put it in the community page on my channel. Now, let's come over. Which one now, Lord? We just did the one where he's pulling open his shirt. Oh, I know. Hang on for a second. I got another image here for you guys. How do I get to? I suck at technology, but thank God the Lord just presses me in the right direction. Wrong one. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, somewhere here. Oh, it's in favorites. Okay, yeah. All right. This is where we wanted to be. Thank you, Lord, for leading me here. Where was the one now that we were looking for? These are the flip books. Where? Where? Albums? No, it's not that one. Or is it? Nope. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to find. There it is right there. Okay, so these are a bunch of the pictures I took that day. These are all individual pictures that I sit there and snapped off hundreds of these pictures during this event. There we go. That's a little bit better. What I wanted to show you though is now I took one of the pictures and rotated it so you don't have to tilt your head. I did it kind of tilted like this for you already. So maybe now you can see the two eyes, the nose, the mouth, chin and beard, his hairline, and the crown up above there. Maybe try this other image. It's a tad bit better. That one maybe right there. There we go. Yeah, because I rotated it, and now you don't have to tilt your head. Now you can see it a little bit clearer. Does that help you guys? Right there? Let me take out some of the brightness just a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's reading material right there. All right, good. Thank you, Lord. All right, give me 1 second while I get my lighting all good and take a sip of water here. A lot of times people can't see this image because they'd never tilt their head to the right. You know, I tell you in the video, oh, look at it this way, tilt your head to the right. And they never do, and they never see it. So here I've taken that image and rotated it now. So you can kind of don't have to tilt your head. Now, here we go. You see your Father coming, your Savior coming in the clouds there? Power and great glory. That happened on Easter. I cannot stipulate that enough to you guys. The importance of that. Okay. So, we're going to start off here. I need better light. Okay. When something in your life or thoughts make you anxious, come to me and talk about it. Bring your prayer and petition with thanksgiving, saying, "Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity to trust you once more." Through the lesson of trust that I send to you comes wrapped in difficulties, the benefits far outweigh the cost. Well-developed trust will bring you many blessings, not the least of which is my peace. I have promised to keep you in perfect peace to the extent that you trust in me. The world has it backwards, teaching that peace is the result of having enough money, possessions, insurance, and security systems. My peace, however, is such an all-encompassing gift that it is independent of all circumstances. Though you lose everything else, you gain my peace. You are indeed rich. I am the resurrection and the life. All lasting life emanates from me. People search for life in many wrong ways, chasing after fleeting pleasures, accumulating possessions and wealth, trying to deny the inevitable effects of aging. Meanwhile, I freely offer abundant life to everyone who turns towards me. As you come to me and take my yoke upon you, I fill you with my very life. This is how I choose to live in the world and accomplish my purposes. This is also how I bless you with joy and unspeakable and full of glory. The joy is mine and the glory is mine, but I bestow them on you as you live in my presence, inviting me to live fully in you. Okay? I'll try to spell this out again for you. The joy is mine and the glory is mine, but I bestow them on you as you live in my presence, inviting me in to live fully in you. Okay? So invite me in. I'll live fully in you. All right? The joy is mine to share this with you. Okay? I get joy out of sharing this stuff with you guys. Okay, what else? I am the joy that no one can take away from you. Savor savor the wonders of this gift, spending ample time in my presence. Rejoice that this blessing is yours. I am yours for all eternity. Many things in this world can bring you pleasure for a while, but they are all passing away because of death and decay. In me, you have a matchless treasure, joy in the one who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So no one can take this pleasure away from you, for I am faithful and I never change. Whenever you feel joyless, the problem is not me, but in the receiver. You may be so focused on other things, either pleasures or difficulties in your life, that you're neglecting your relationship with me. The remedy is twofold. Remember that I am your first love and seek to put me first in your life. Also, ask me to increase your receptivity to my presence. Delight yourself in me and receive joy in full measure. I am your strength. When you begin a day feeling weak and weary, it's all right. Your weakness can be a reminder of your need for me. Remember that I am continually ready to help you as you go along your way. So take my hand in joyful trust, letting me guide you and strengthen you. I delight in helping you. Whenever you feel inadequate for the task ahead, stop and think about your resources. I, your strength, am infinite. I never run out of anything. So when you work in collaboration with me, don't set limits on what you expect to accomplish. I will give you what you need to keep moving forward step by step. You may not reach the goal as quickly as you'd like, but you will get there in my perfect timing. So refuse to be discouraged by delays or detours. Instead, trust that I know what I am doing and just take the next step. Perseverance and trust in me make a potent combination. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. You are looking ahead at uncertainties, letting them unnerve you. Fear and discouragement are waiting alongside your pathway to the future, ready to accompany you if you let them. Yet I am always with you, holding you by your right hand. Because I live beyond time, I am also on the path up ahead, shining brightly, beckoning you on, encouraging you to fix your gaze on me. Cling tightly to my hand and walk resolutely past those dark presences of fearlessness and despair. Keep looking toward my radiant presence that beams out rays of unfailing love and endless encouragement. Your confidence comes from knowing I am continually with you and I am already in your future, preparing the way before you. Listen as I call back to you. Words of warning and wisdom, courage and hope. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. All right, I think that's enough on reading there. What? We got notes now. Oh, yeah. Here, something else. A little extra little thingy there for you. Actually, now that we did that, I want to kind of just get an image right here of this guy. This guy with his new friend. All right? That guy right there with his new friend. How cool is that, right? Um, How'd you want me to do this? Oh, yeah. Okay, so, little reminder, you guys remember I was talking about the War of 1812 and what happened there? The British actually came back at us and kind of attacked us there and kind of won and kind of burned down the Capitol and the White House and the Library of Congress, and they were partying because they had taken back America, and a gnarly storm moved in, and a tornado went through Washington, D.C., and wiped out the British troops. A bunch of the storm blew them down, scared them all off. They tucked their tails and ran back to Britain. And we were saved by an act of God. This country has freedom and exists because of an act of God. Your real nation's birthday, everybody says, was July 4th. Well, that's when we first won, but they came back and got us. They had us. It was over. People were crying. And an act of God. The rain from that thunderstorm put out the fires. The tornado chased off the troops. The hail pelted them to, they couldn't stand it. They ran. The soldiers ran, and the Americans didn't have to fire a shot. God swooped in and took care of the problem. Anyways, he wanted me to remind you of how he steps in to save this country. And there was this new Pledge of Allegiance. It kind of, when we say our Pledge of Allegiance, all right, pledge allegiance to the flag. Well, first of all, when you're pledging allegiance, you're not supposed to pledge your allegiance to an inanimate object. That's idolization. So, what you're supposed to pledge allegiance to is your Lord and Savior. This right here is who you should be pledging allegiance to. All right? So, it goes like this. I pledge allegiance to the God who rescued the United States of America. And in order for the Republic to stand as one nation under God, we need to be indivisible if we want liberty and justice for all. Hopefully, you guys heard that. I love you. I miss you. God bless you all. And until my next show, I'll be back. I'm already back. I hope you guys can tell.